big game like this, Seven, might be exactly what they needed to be potentially competing, and Sporta in particular had some great individual moments out there in the field.
Yeah, and I think Nosh and Red Force going to be kicking themselves for not being able to secure that win, right? Those extra 4 points would have been even bigger. But even with that performance, you mentioned it, they are going to be in contention now when we started talking about Miramar and how these teams have been doing in regards to Miramar. For Nosh and Red Force, it's not one of their best performing maps. In the 4 matches that we have played, they've only been able to get 11 points. When we go to Alpha 7, they've been able to get 32 points, so you know what, definitely a lot better, and they have been improving from what we saw day 1 to day 2. But now we're going to be going towards the other team that didn't really have one of the greatest aerials. It's going to be Star Wars Esports. They had to move around a lot. They kept getting caught a lot during their rotation, whether it was MRPX, whether it was loops. Whoever it was, just didn't work out for them. But this team has been able to perform really well in Star Wars with 41 points in Miramar. And, I mean, going in with the lead, that's going to be a confidence boost.
Now, last year, we knew in the last game who was going to win. We knew it was going to be S2G. I don't think we were going to know until that very last game here, Jason. Yep. The last game, match number 18, is going to be the one to decide who's going to be crowned the world champions for this 2023 PMGC. And we know Alpha 7 from yesterday on Miramar, right, 7, they had 2 really strong Miramars. They got 2 third places in a row. That might be the map that helps them stand out and climb back in first place.
And that's going to have to be the case. I mean, if they even want to get a chance at being able to pass Star Wars Esports, because of what I was mentioning with Star Wars, they are able to get a lot of elimination points. They are able to get those placement points. And they're a team that's currently on the lead. And Star Wars is not used to being one to know to choke, especially with only 2 matches left.
I mean, Nongshan Red Force, 25 points out of first place. It's possible. They had to have 2 back-to-back amazing games, with one of those pretty much being a win to even, like, obviously close that gap. But from there down, I'm starting to lose faith in any of those teams. And obviously 3 points separating first to third place. It's really going to come down to the final match, and I'm really excited to see what's going to happen.
I think it's pretty unpredictable right now. It could be any team. Whichever team gets that big pop-off could be the team to become the champions. Like, it's impossible to predict.
While they are champions, they can use their all-new RP-A4 Victor Dance as well, supporting PMG, so you guys can support your favorite team as well while you pull this one up. When you get a win, if you get a win, or in my case, probably never going to get a win. Unless I'm playing with these 2 to carry my butt through in this one.
We got you.
Which has happened quite a few times. Also, you guys have the Frost Festival currently going on. We had a great game of riding the reindeer to jump on top of a gas station yesterday. We got to use, well, we didn't get snowballed, luckily. We didn't get turned to snow. Oh, I didn't get turned to snowman. Did you get turned to snowman?
No, I'm just using the snowball, like the blaster, to just create some nice little cover for us.
Yeah, but we did get to the castle, and we did open the match.
Yeah, we won that fight.
Yeah, we did. I mean, he won it. I was just there to assist him. We also have the annual gala happening for PUBG Mobile for 2023. You guys can win in your 1v1 matches, win some exclusive rewards you can show off to your friends, your enemies, your family. I was going to say all things starting with F, but enemies doesn't start with an F. Your frenemies.
Huh?
And then it works that way. Also, you can pick up the new Pagani collaboration as well with the Zonda R and the Amola models. You can confirm those eliminations, Max, man.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to confirm those eliminations in style, Jason.
Oh, yeah.
If I get it.
If you get it.
If I get it.
It could happen.
I'll try.
Will you? Will you try it for me as well?
On your account? No, you get your own UC.
I thought you were a true friend.
No. I carry you in game, okay? That's more than enough.
I'm not, you know what? I'm gonna let you have that one, because you and I both know I can turn this one around.
I know you can't turn it around.
But can teams turn it around?
Yes.
Xavier, struggling. Luckily for the teams, they have a short little break here to get their minds reset, their mental game back on track, and we have a chance to take a break as well. Go get some food, go get something to drink. So we'll be right back for some more PUBG Mobile action.
Popularity Annual Gala event tutorial. Hey there, welcome to the 2023 Popularity Annual Gala. We've introduced a brand new competition and upgraded rewards. You will have to go through 10 rounds of 1v1 matches and compete to become the first ever PUBG Mobile Popularity Annual Gala champion. So let's get right to it. New competition, ladder competition. The Popularity Annual Gala event will be utilizing a new ladder promotion system. Players' initial ladder grade will be determined by their battle points at the end of the first round. Ladders are divided into 6 grades: Triple S, Double S, S, A, B, and C, with Triple S being the highest. Ladder promotion rules. Players are ranked based on the popularity they gain during the battle period. For rounds 1 to 9, the ladder results are settled at the end of every round's battle. Apart from ladder grade C, each ladder has 100 spots, with the top 20 promoted, the middle 60 retained, and the bottom 20 demoted. If you're trying to move up the ranks, be sure to stay within your ladder's retained threshold or higher before each round is settled. Additionally, ladder grades can only be promoted or demoted by 1 grade at a time, so your performance in the assignment round is crucial. Be sure not to miss it. Final Showdown. Based on the rankings from the previous 9 rounds, round 10 will be the decisive showdown to determine the final rank and ladder grade placement, including the champion of the 2023 Popularity Annual Gala, who will emerge as the ultimate winner. New exclusive rewards. At the end of round 10, rewards will be issued based on the player's ladder grade and final rank. For outstanding players, they will receive exclusive rewards that can showcase their supreme honor both in and outside the game. In-game rewards include the honor title, honor name tag, and honor avatar frame, which are sure to make you stand out. Moreover, there are also physical trophies, interviews, custom-made popularity gifts, official social media promotion, game exposure, and other exclusive honorable rewards. Gain global renown both in and outside the game. What are you waiting for? Participate in the 2023 Popularity Annual Gala now.
I'm hoping the sounds can go through the microphone. I'm pretty sure they can. One thing you cannot knock this symbol about the dedication of their fans towards their team. S2G, no chance they're going to take home the title, but they've been with them every step of the way, cheering in their highs and their lows. And obviously S2G, you can see behind us, giving the love back to the fans. But it comes down to a new champion. We have 2 matches left, and honestly, there's quite a few teams in contention of getting it. Max Mem, you got your stalwarts. 7, you got your Alpha 7s. Me, I've got you 2. So it's a great final for all of us.
That was
I didn't expect that.
Done in the PMGC.
Wow.
Wow. Okay.
John's just jealous over there. It's a hidden
How
like,
dare he? Oh, my Miramar delight. Oh no.
Oh, that was such a good voice. That was spot on.
Wait, look, you gave me the death there.
You wish
He's about to hit you with a cane.
Alright, well, let's focus up here on the game because we don't have much time. Well, we don't have any time, actually. So let's get into Miramar. 2 matches left to go. Let's find out who our New Year champion's going to be.
I'm not muted. There we go. I didn't like that. I didn't like that one bit. I've got to turn my microphone on. That was how Mad Max made me just then. Goodness me. Just wait until I get my impression of you in there. I'll get you back for this one. But I'm going to have to wait because he's right. We are in for a little bit of a treat. It's the double helping of desert desserts.
Yes, it is indeed. I'm excited for it. Obviously, Miramar coming right at you. And we're not stopping this train of PUBG mobile action. We're going straight ahead, all the way to the end here, John.
I'm ready for it. Obviously, not much change in terms of the leaderboards last time around. A lot of other teams were taking those points, taking those wins. IHC, Stalwart, as well as Alpha 7, all still in the running here, looking for that lead.
A really large group of teams, I think it's safe to say. There are still those outside chances as well, coming through from as far down as Nohelp, as Weibo Gaming, right? You have got that outside chance with 2 matches left to play. It can change, topsy-turvy. Obviously in that last match, Nohelp racking up a lot of eliminations, denied that full chicken dinner that could have really put the cat amongst the pigeons for them. But at the moment, I think we're up to 7 teams in the final 2 matches who could take it all home. And it is going to be all the way. I'm super excited for it, to see who's going to be able to find this one. A team that may not be winning the actual trophy, but certainly has won the hearts of everyone in this stadium. S2G, their uniform change didn't cut it, but they're still going to go home heads held high.
Yeah, I think either way, what we can say is that the fans have been absolutely unbelievable here, supporting S2G all the way to the end. Which is lovely to see. I mean, a really, really nice crowd in general.
Had to give Max some equals there, sorry.
That's alright.
He was walking past us.
But we still have further to go. 2 more matches ahead of us over on the dusty deserts of Miramar. And we're in the plane, waiting to set off right now.
The burning heat of the desert will beat down on these teams, sweat on their brow, as they try and lift it for the first of 2 on Miramar. The plane path right down the middle, diagonal, all the way from Trailer Park down to Puerto Paraíso. Everywhere very much available here. Teams looking to put the final shift in. Open up the gas tanks because the sprint is on.
64 players dropping in with us here for the penultimate time before we head to that final game on Miramar. A very kind play path here, but we have seen some properly mean circles and alternatively some very kind circles to certain teams. Nongshan Red Force almost with their 2nd chicken dinner on the day, with them winning the first match on Sandhawk. But I'm excited because a lot can change in a short amount of time, John.
Especially with these teams, 7 of them have been in that contest, in that competition, towards the top of the tables. I was looking at who was top performing on Miramar as well. Weibo top that table.
Yeah.
They are looking to try and keep these last 2 in the back pocket to bring it out when it matters most right now, because they are right towards the back of the pack when it comes to that chase.
Yeah, I mean, for Weibo, still got it in them. I'll take you further. Nasty circle though, heads down towards this south side. Inesta vai de mar, but still a lot of water involved, so down to those craggy, uncomfortable positions on the south side of the map. Major Pride already dropping down here alongside with Udo Alliance. Weibo Gaming a little bit further towards the north, but it is 4MP. It's also in this location, might be able to get themselves some cheeky points. Take a quick look at the overall standing. Stalwart still in the lead by 1 point only.
And only 2 points ahead of IHC as well on 128. It is so closely fought. I think the surprise entry for most coming into this tournament is IHC. This is a team that, when you look at the Mongolian, well, to be fair, you look at the Mongolian region, and most people just quake in terror at this point with the amount of presence they've had so far. But absolutely, IHC, a name that I don't think anyone would really have expected coming into the PMGC, certainly into the league stages, to be able to have this contest, be able to perform at the level they have done. Well, they've got to be proud of themselves. Certainly plenty of their fans are. IHC, brutal, very aggressive. That's really what's been characterizing their performance so far. Really very aggressive, very willing to take fights, and very willing to win them very, very frequently.
Yeah, I think for IHC, it was their final match on Miramar as well that got them into the PMGC Grand Finals. Really down to the wire for them there. But potentially we see some kind of repeat Going into our final match of the day.
Here's the breakdown blank on the tiebreakers. At the moment, IHC out of this chasing pack sit on 1 chicken dinner, as do Weibo, which means that they are behind of everybody else on these tiebreakers should it come down to it. 2 chicken dinners for the rest of them, except for Stalwart. 3 chicken dinners on side there. And as close as the tables are blank, I would not be surprised if the final moments come down to one of these tiebreakers.
How close it is. I mean, you do look at that top spot and you think to yourself 2 points between first place and third. It's not really anything that you would have expected at the end of the day. Usually we have a very clear winner in PMGC, but it has been giving and giving and giving. We can only be pleased by it, to be honest with you, and I bet all of you at home very happy to see this be a little bit more a closer grand finals.
Certainly exciting.
Around.
Certainly a thrilling watch. I think that the quality of PUBG Mobile has been displayed from, I think, pretty much every team. I'm not going to say every team, and I'm not going to name which team I'm talking about, but I feel like you could probably guess. It has just been so incredible to see these teams fight through, so strong as well, on so many fronts. Different play styles coming into conflict, and it's been an incredible journey to watch these play styles come into conflict and sometimes triumph, sometimes fall by the wayside.
I mean, 40 points between first place and 8th just seems silly to me at this point in time, where it really is so close on the leaderboards. You know, we kicked that up a notch. It's 25 between first and 6th. That's just one good game. 25 points, 15 elims on a match, chicken dinner. Easily done. More easily done than most would think it would be. Nongshan Red Force were on for it last game. They're able to finish out versus 6-2-8. Not possible. Those final moments. Stalwart hasn't moved yet from Hacienda. Xavier also having to leave through La Cobradilla, but El Pozo left it open for Alpha 7 to go for a very quick rotate. And I have noticed this a fair few times with Alpha 7. When we get circles like this, they will just wide wrap far down towards the edge of the circle, furthest away from their starting point. It's a smart tactic. Sometimes just leave them out in the open in a scary position. We saw it there on our angle. They sent all the way over towards Yasnaya. However, still were able to do something with it.
The nerves have to be ramping now. To the final 2 matches, and this is the test of that mental improvement that we've seen from Alpha 7. Being able to do well when you're in the lead, great. A lot of teams can do that. It's when you're not in that leading spot that defines a champion. And a challenge now for Weibo and Nongshan Red Force. Right in the back of that chasing pack, 25 points behind for Weibo, and they've just put that first dent in it with the first elimination going their way. 3 players to face them from Nongshan. Weibo 103 points, goodness me. The top performing Chinese team here wanting to keep that train rolling. Gap close by to Wings, inside the building, the nades starting to come on through. As they breach through the door, the M249 up the stairs is one beefy weapon, but is it going to be able to withstand the full force of Weibo Gaming turning the corner? The answer is no. Su goes half HP, but they get that trade, they get that knock and flush, and that's 2 points on the board. They've drawn level.
CG Evos here, we're fighting off against versus Major Pride, but you're right. The Weibo Gaming fight versus Nongshan Red Force is pretty big deal, honestly. That was one hell of a nade over the top side. Just catches him on the retreat.
Fortunately, it's only Misery. Sorry, only Luxy left standing for Precision Evos. Major Pride. They have 3 players alive, but Luxy gets the first. A buggy over the top doesn't go for the full roll down, and a second for Luxy as well on Miramar. The old school performance for the twins. Let's see if Nomi can be able to stand the test here against Luxy, because the flush onto effect looks close. In hand, the nade, the Molotov starts burning off the cover there, and another to follow it up. Close by now for Nomi with the SK-12 in hand. Luxy can't find the final shot. Major Pride are able to slow things down, but at the cost of 3 of them, this might be drawing it to a close. Last player, Nomi, survives.
Yeah, for Major Pride. Oh my days! What is
Wow.
that circle?
Oh my god.
Los Higos finish. Second to final match here on PMGC. This
huge.
is unreal.
Weibo Gaming in an excellent position to get across. If they go to the compound on the south side of this bridge crossing blank, they have a chance to have a magnificent game here.
Everyone in vehicles. Everyone moving as fast as possible. Alpha 7 in the water. Stalwart losing action to 4MB. Top's at least able to send a shot back towards east. But action is flushed. And again, Stalwart start their game on the back foot.
We have had an uncharacteristically large amount of case studies for circles like this in the last few months, Blank. There have been several times where we've gone all the way south. I think 2 have actually finished on this island so far in recent history. So teams will have had this freshly developed in terms of the strategic position. I'm looking at Weibo. They did make that rotation south of this bridge. They are in a priority compound. It is still possible that we go back north, of course, and not go to the south island. But Alpha 7 making this crossing as fast as they have done is such a great move for them. They have made that champion play. Can they weather it out?
Off though, flying through on the western side. Could clip their wings here. Not all the Alpha 7 players are across just yet. Carrillo takes shots, but Boboho is already up and personal. Nade in his hand as well.
Boboho loses it towards Senab. Doesn't catch it. Not just yet. Revo through the window finds Boboho, but Revo's caught lacking there. Swept the leg there underneath him, and the nade goes through yet again. Senab could go down. Alpha 7 trying to get on through. They have got the top floor still under control. Senab dodges the nade once more. Boboho's low. The heel allowed to come through. Morph not quite fully coalesced now. But IHC across the bay, looking to maybe have a chime in onto this fight. Senab caught yet again. Upstairs he goes. He's allowed through and could look for the flush. Alpha 7, they're down to just Senab now. And the knock is crucial to keep them alive. 2 players on the outside looking for this flush. It will go through to IHC. Also looking for that chase. 3 players on the inside. And Yoru from Morph, the bottom of the tables, could have an impact right all the way to the top. A resounding chance here for Morph, and all 3 of them are there. A nade from Cleon blankets through the window. Could spell disaster, and Alpha 7 have more to worry about. The nade, it doesn't find him, but there's Yoru to shut it down, and Alpha 7 out for the first of 2 Miramars. They make a good crossing, but Morph are just too quick.
16th place reverberates through the tables. And almost certainly will crush the chance that Alpha 7 had here. Circle cleans up, but it's not confirmed. Over towards that south side. Further up towards the north, Stalwart still out in the blue. Technically still ahead. DX Xavier in the blue also. Down towards the south side of Los Higos, they prioritise space. They'll have to take down Morph on their pass through. Stage 3 doesn't hurt too much, but certainly tickles on that blue.
Don't want to be locked in a fight in the blue zone at this stage, you're right. You can get through it if you're clean on the rotation. But getting stuck in a fight when you're starting to take a bullet or 2, those clutch bandages just aren't there in time in phase 3. It's where it starts to get dangerous to play towards the edge. Loops in the meantime being caught out for MV as well, being spotted by S2G, but IHC are still on this warpath, Blank. They leave such a trail of devastation behind them. They're looking to put up that 100th elimination on the board, and I think they've just done it. They had 97 at the start of the game. Blank, not only that, they've just taken the top spot.
IHC now first in the rankings. Doc, who did a huge amount of work at 4MV last time around, looking to have an equal amount of impact. But Stalwart, with their 3 players rocking up behind IHC at the moment, and IHC has to come off from their high ground. Loops removed by S2G with the help of 4MV.
S2G starting to rack up a couple of eliminations in the final throws of this one, but a little bit too late there. Morph suffering. Xavier able to pepper the backlines. Remember, this is another team looking to chase where there's so many to keep your eyes on. But they are still there. 4 eliminations for 4MV as well now. And they have kept up the pace at the start of this match. Xavier now have the bridge crossing under control. This South Island consists of 3 or 4 positions that you can really take control of. There's a hilltop to the west, a hilltop to the east, the compound on the bridge, and the compound that Rocky currently sits in for Morph. Those are the 4 major player positions, unless you get a super hard south shift, but that basically never happens. I'll say never. I won't say completely never, but it's very, very unexpected. You're going to be looking to those positions if it goes south. But at the moment, the majority of the landmass does sit back up north. So Weibo making that early rotation might come back to bite them.
Yeah, I think you have to make that gamble though. We talked about with 4MV down towards the south side of Sosnovka. Sometimes you got to roll the dice and hope they come up 6s. For Weibo, perhaps it's not come to bear here on Miramar, but there's still a chance. Stalwart desperately needed the wet eastern shift. Maybe Weibo gets the south. But it's a cruel, cruel mistress, the circle. Not determined on either side. IHC floating down over towards Stalwart. Perhaps Icy gets a nasty surprise.
In the meantime, though, there's plenty more surprises on the card. 628 taking a fight, a scrap with Titan. Shadow looks to try and keep Bamboo safe on the highland. 33Z is down on a trade. Hero is there. A nade over the top. This could be disastrous if it's cooked long enough, but it's not there. And the challenge 97 will fall down in the face of it. 628 doing well. The DBS lighting them up as well. And now it's just Shadow behind the vehicle to stay alive. Gets the heel off and a chance to take down 628 as well. Into the buggy. Rolls forward. Might be able to get a rundown, but gets to the other side of the vehicle. Trading around the US. But there's the spray down with the DBS. And a 1 versus 1 for Shadow. Titan now have a chance to spoil it for 628 on the engagement. Around the bonnet he goes, and Shadow puts them to sleep. It's darkness for 628.
Envelops them there. And that is not an embracing hug at all. Shadow removes 628. We're looking to flow their way up towards the top side of the lobby. Now it's IHC, #1 spot versus 4MV, docks down.
Trying to keep themselves alive here. 4MV with that 4 position eliminated. They'd already lost another player. Everybody on IHC is now rezzed up. So they're facing 4v2 on this angle, but East is still here. And this guy's been a machine for the roster over the course of this tournament. But can you withstand the might of IHC? That's the question. Alex goes, but there's a trade. Baron now down the hill for 4MV to try and keep the third Mongolian team in the running. They're in 5th place, and then the 3rd place team for Mongolia. It is absolutely insane what this region has brought out today. And IHC sat at the top, now have Stalwart to deal with. It is Mongolian madness on the northwest side. Another nade over the top from Icy as Godless tries to fend it off, but he just can't weather it. And another knock, another flush. IHC starting to fall apart. They're vying both for this top spot. 7 eliminations already found for IHC, and they are down to 3 with 1 knock on the forefront.
Weibo taking shots over towards Xavier, able to at least find a couple of knocks towards him. Here comes Silas. He knows the exact location. Demo won't go down, but he'll step up with the UMP and put him down. And that's IHC out at the top. 7 eliminations, and Stalwart can carry on further into this game.
With the 7 eliminations they found blank, they sit 5 points ahead of Stalwart. With the 1 point that Stalwart already have, that's bumped down to 4. It is still so close at the top. Alpha 7 are going to be a little bit disappointed with this one because they also sit 5 points behind the top spot going into the final match. Unless Stalwart can take that from them, and it will start to push up a little bit higher.
Honestly, an exciting match here for all the players involved. But it has just been the wildest PMGC we've had in a long, long time here. S2G, you're right, the 2 stands for 2, with Silas and Hamzy G to carry the baton. And next circle goes north for Stalwart. Here's the big money game.
Unfortunate for the early rotation from WBG. I feel like it was heads up enough to make something of, but That's just how the circle goes sometimes. 2 hard shifts up back to the north after that south. It's just going to be disaster for WBG on their chase. They were right down towards the bottom end of this chasing pack. They've got 4 eliminations already. If they can make it across the bridge, maybe fight off against Judo Alliance, there's a chance. But it is slipping away moment by moment. Every tick of that second hand of the clock brings them closer to a sealed fate.
For Weibo though, 4 players. Judo Alliance and the last player from Titans Gaming. This is a really decent path for Weibo to get in. Judo Alliance though is not making it easy. And Plymouth's driving so slowly that it is easy.
I mean, somehow, the slower you go, the harder it is to hit, maybe. You're expecting them to go faster and you're jerking your aim ahead, but not second time around, so gets through and Flax not catching them. Still slowly making their way in. They're establishing that line of fire. They're making sure they're being methodical about this, but the blue zone's a little bit too close for comfort on this engagement, and Judo Alliance can start to flex out to that eastern side of their position. Left of them on the screen right now. You can see Weibo just slowing down. Xavier denied entry to that main island. They're going to have to swim. Phaser there to receive. With WBG making the cross, and it is being torn to shreds by Judo Alliance.
This might have been made easier, but Judo Alliance's compound, famously RRQ Athena's roots back in the day. Such a strong position though to hold out the bridge side. WBG just cannot make this crossing. Smokes are down, but vehicles are in flames.
Ming takes another knock for WBG, but they've still got 3 players active. The blue zone now a major issue. You can see it creeping ever closer to WBG. Gap trying to reposition, but they're just such dominant angles onto this area. He's going to have to move as well, but not before they do. Xavier are going to be spotted out in the water by FaZe. And this is really Stalwart's chance to keep this under control, but they're only playing as 3. WBG caught Su trying to swim. Gap and Mao underneath the bridge can make a little bit of headway here.
Yeah, there's a possibility to get in, right? And actually play from the circle side itself. FaZe might have angles. Levi's knocked now as well. The last player remaining for Xavier is Paragin, with Lamborghini and Levi's both knocked in the water. Mormon repositions to assist.
Next circle coming on through. Xavier trying to lead the water. It's not going super well. They will be shut down. One last match for them to chase. It is still close. They're a little bit further behind than they would have liked. We'll need a big game from Xavier, the team from Vietnam that you pinned as a 3rd place prospect, and I think rightly so, given their performance here, deserving of that accolade of being one of your predictions there. They're going to have a tough time of it. Not quite as tough as WBG in this circle though.
I think when we look at it, you're right, the big surprise has to be IHC. Full Miracle vibes, people expect them to do very well during this tournament, and they have. A 5th place is great. But Weibo Gaming want to go a little bit further here. I think a lot of hopes from the Chinese fans were in this team. 4 eliminations found, and they have lived it. But for Stalwart, this match matters so much because it's such a huge opportunity here. With only the 1 elimination, they go down within the next couple of teams, it'll all be for naught. Right now, 1st, 2nd, 4th, 5th place teams are all out. This is a gateway for Stalwart to push back into that 1st place spot.
Remember the tiebreakers as well. Stalwart currently 3 chicken dinners, the most of anyone in this tournament right now. They do win all tiebreakers with that extra chicken dinner. That is the 1st tiebreaker. The 2nd, placement points, which is bad news for IHC. So even if they get another chicken dinner on the back of this match, they could still lose out because of their focus on those eliminations. They've been able to rack up blank over 100 eliminations on this tournament so far in 3 days of games and not even 18 matches.
It's probably a record. Probably a record in terms of the placement points 2 elimination points that will never be broken again. Unless IHC return. In which case, maybe. Stalwart here, this is what we're talking about. It had to be good. Nade explodes in the face of Mela. Has to retreat back down the hill, but for Stalwart, there's also S2G on the high ground. Icy understands the position though and can hold him off.
Hamzy under pressure from Icy doesn't face off for too much longer. They're trying to break through. They've left Nurzid on the back lines for Stalwart. Top trying to face off against Mela. But it's just these smokes starting to fade. They're creeping their way across the mountains, across these slopes that feature so heavily on the south side of Miramar. FaZe have got one of the better spots here. Udo Alliance, I think, sitting opposite them, looking to try and keep control. FaZe, I mean, what a resurgence today. This team has made a name for themselves as those last chance Andys. They have really come through in all these stages, but it's too little too late for the top spot. Nurzid, though, falls to the rifle. And Mela looks to find the main cohort, the duo up top. It is Icy and Top for Stalwart. I don't know if they're going to be able to get Nurzid back alive.
For FaZe, they are just assaulting Stalwart right now. Circle moves, and FaZe want to clean up this fight quickly, so they're going to start to get a little bit more aggressive with this one. As they need to get further towards the eastern side right now. In comes Stalwart though, they're just going to send across, and S2G have so much to say about it. They will take down Top here, up to 3 eliminations now.
Top just under cover. Actually, potential to crawl back. The timer is ticking away, and you don't have a lot of cover, but there is still a maybe there. There's a question mark on the flush onto Top. Being down to 2, still far from ideal. He manages to make the crawl, and Icy tags that res. FaZe not yet cresting the ridgeline towards the roadside. They're going to have to move further east as well.
Somewhat worried about facing off versus S2G's position. Realistically, Stalwart can play from here, right? It forces S2G to play into their hands, and the question is, how much util does S2G have remaining? Do they have the nades to make this work? Hamzy G sends down, and this is where he could just get absolutely obliterated. Surely they know.
7 nades to Hamzy though. The first is unleashed, and he moves forwards off the back of it. Icy under danger, but he stands tall. He holds his nerve, and Icy's cool as ice. We'll be able to find Hamzy. The spray down, and S2G are eliminated now. Stalwart have a decent position. A third party just too late, but Top is spotted. Udo Alliance stop his forwards push, and an aid from Mela over the back of the buggy should be the final thing that Icy sees, and that is Stalwart out in 3rd, but they have kept up pace. 6 points they found. I think that keeps them right on this top spot, Blank, but only just. Going into the final match, it is still all to play for.
So what a necessary game there for them. Salvage at least something. Udo Alliance, FaZe, and Titans. Shadow has really come a long, long way. Remaining hidden and out of sight. Ventoris though gets taken down by Flax. A nice spray.
A good opener for Udo Alliance to find those lines. They have got the roads to cover them. They can move forwards, but getting down to that roadside in the first place, really, really tough. You can see Cluck trying to enact that forward position, trying to get within that aid range. And as you say, you've always got to be worried about Shadow. He's always creeping around, he's always lingering Cluck, nade in hand, over towards Pintores. Looks for Mella as well with it. Cluck not going to take damage from the response as well. Mormon's close by though with that DBS. Might be able to find an angle, and he does. Able to take down Cluck. Doesn't get knocked in response. Gets back to safety, and Flax doesn't have the angle.
That is a great shot with the DBS. Had a very limited window there to pick up the damage onto him. And the nade followed up with it. Seeing that they've got a lot of util still on board, Mormon nails it once again. Mella and Mormon. This combo is so deadly.
Nading out the forward positions, trying to keep control. FaZe with all 4 of their players alive. Onsen's the anchor that's keeping them safe on this flank, but Shadow is still there for Titan. If this goes hayward, it could be an opportunity for Titan to sneak on in and claim something here, but would be a very outside possibility in a 3 versus 4. You've got to imagine they're going to have their wits about them. Onsen's regroups.
Olio, no nades available. Udo Alliance. Some good shots again from Flax, playing up on as high as possible. Circle will push him out eventually. Shadow still in. Kind of crazy.
He's popped the smoke.
Nice nade.
Oh, huge nade. Olio goes down. It goes right into the tree. Backs off the Birkin. Shreds him down. The forward position isolated. The smoke's downhill for Shadow were popped, so position might be more known now to the rest of this circle, to Udo Alliance, to FaZe, but they continue their march forwards. They've got 9 eliminations. They're looking to put up 10, 11, 12, and 13 with this final circle. If they're able to find everything left, would be a great way to get towards the end of this day with a chicken dinner, a 13 elimination one at that. You would be happy for Thailand. We said they're representing proudly for them. Nonsense though, tickled towards the backlines. Mormon and Miller dancing around one another. 2 players from Udo Alliance are there. Olio flushed away, and 10 eliminations for FaZe.